Peace, family. Yo, we coming, family. 1 second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Malachi Muhammad in the room. We getting everything together, family. It's been a minute since we've been on this. Oh, let me see something. There we go. There we go. Here's the family. Can y'all hear us? Oh, we here, family. We all here, family. Y'all know who it is. Shout out to all the beautiful people in the room. Y'all know who it is, family. Hold on, let me cut this down, man. I feel like this is too loud. Hold on. This is real extra how I got to do this. Oh, there you go. There you go, family. Yeah. We out here, family. Y'all know who it is. That's right, family. Hold on. It went up. It took it up. It took us up. That's why it was off, family. Yeah. All right. Let me do this here. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me see something. There we go. There we go. I had to take that off, family. Let me see. Yeah. So I'm trying to get used to this. We ain't been on StreamYard in a minute, family. So we you know, it's some cobwebs that got to get taken down there, family. But shout out to the family. Shout out to our beautiful brothers and sisters in America. Shout out to our beautiful brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa and the Caribbean, family. Shout out to all our brothers everywhere and sisters. I think, am I buffering?
No.
Okay. No, that's your thing. I told you that. Yeah, you gotta get on that. Yeah, but we out here, family. Shout out to Malachi Muhammad, who's in the building. Trina Weathersby. Good morning, family, from Newport News, Virginia. Shout out to Virginia, family. We just had a holiday in the state. Shout out to everybody out there. We're actually going to celebrate this Saturday out here in the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi. We're going to be celebrating Friendsgiving on Saturday, family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's tomorrow. Yeah. Y'all good, not buffering. All right, cool. Yeah, man. A lot of people think we come on here and we're going to say some negative things. You know, we just want to iron some things out. You know what I mean? Because our Black American family, you know, they're going through a lot in America, family. And we need to iron some things out between us and between Africans and between the Caribbean brothers and sisters. The whole diaspora needs to iron some things out And the best way we could do that is to have discussions and conversations with respect and with and just, you know, opening up the floor to hear both sides of the stories, because there's a lot of things that go on that I don't know and I don't understand, and I want clarity and understanding. You understand what I'm saying? Now, before I continue to go on, y'all know who I am. It's the one and only Be Lucky family, currently in the building, aka Aaron, aka that third boy from Philly. Y'all know who it is. That's right. And we got the one and only, the beautiful, the lovely, the talented, the also vivacious. Hold on, what's vivacious mean? Well, the also vibrant Ayla in the building. That's right. I don't want to say the wrong word.
Yeah. I don't know what that means either.
I don't have to pause it, you know.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I don't know what that means. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It is me, Ayla, here today and stuff.
That's right.
And I hope y'all are doing well.
That's right.
Because we are.
Yes. Yes. And we have the one, the only, the lovely, the also vivacious, the also vibrant, the also luscious.
The also elegant.
Yeah, elegant. That's a good one. If you got some more, throw them out there.
Classy.
That's right. That's a good one. Yeah.
Smart.
Magnanimous.
Intuitive.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yes.
Beautiful wife. Currently in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness, thank you, sweetheart. And you are wonderful, awesome, amazing, handsome, caring, loving, kind, thoughtful.
Thank you.
Yourself. All
Thank
right.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's so lovely to have a beautiful family and to be with two ladies with lovely smiles, you know, 24/7 like I am. This is the life, family. This is the life. If you're a single dude out there, family, this is the life. That's right.
Dang, that hurt.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought you was about to say something. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to the family, everybody who's tuned in, checking us out. Shout out to everybody. Wow, we have Joseph Sincala on here, Trina Weathersby. Wow, a lot of you guys. BB, Warren Wilson. All right. And Amazing D. All right. Yeah, shout out to everybody who's tuning in, taking some time from your day and joining us for this discussion that is something that must happen.
Yeah.
So quite a few things happening in the world today, and definitely online, and we have to iron some things out, with the fam. We've spent a couple of years traveling the continent of Africa. I don't know what that was, and abroad at other places. We've always met fantastic people, loving, kind people. And, at times you hear just when you go, we go home or you find out you hear other things, so it's like, wow, what's up with that?
Someone said they can't see us. Y'all can't see us. Why we can't see y'all?
I can see.
Whoa, really? I'm looking on mine. I'm good. I think we're good on mine.
Let us know, family, if y'all can see us or if y'all can't see us. I want to also.
We can't see y'all. What happened?
Let us know if y'all can see us.
We can see you. Okay.
Oh, okay. That might be your. Okay, might be your device.
Yeah, that might be your computer.
That might be your device. Okay, check.
Refresh your page
and whatnot.
Yeah. Yes, we had so much food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out to Trina. Yeah. So what was you saying?
Yeah. So just about what we are going to be discussing. So and anyway, I hope you guys had a great time yesterday and with your families, because if you did celebrate yesterday, it should always be about family vibe, good vibes, good food. Yeah, good food.
Yes.
And just enjoying each other's presence, because we don't know how long we have here, and you want to cherish every minute that you can with your family, with your loved ones, people that mean a lot to you. That's what's important.
Yeah.
We get wrapped up in so many things people are saying, and we miss life just being wrapped up in foolishness. Pay attention to what's in front of you, your family, your children, your spouse, or your significant other. Show them that you love them. Don't just say it. Show them that you love them, that you mean a lot to them. We don't have, we're not promised tomorrow. No one is. It's important that we do that as much as possible. because the things of this world will take your mind, your energy, and everything, and have you all over the place for no reason at all. And then you think about it down the line, like, wow, So I think we need to refocus ourselves on things that matter.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as us as a diaspora, we have to learn how to understand. Well, we're probably never going to fully understand each other, but at least learn how to respect each other. Try, at least make an attempt, because us going against each other and being more divided is not. It doesn't work for both of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't work for both of us. Now, we spent 2 years on the lovely continent of Africa. We started in Rwanda. We had a lovely time in Rwanda. We met some beautiful people there. When we got to Rwanda, we linked up with the one and only Timothy Akamanzi, and he took us around. He introduced us to his brothers, Emmanuel, and all of them. And they now those brothers are in Rwanda. I believe they're from Uganda though, but they've been in Rwanda like their whole lives. You know what I mean? So they really showed us a great time in Rwanda. They took us everywhere. They introduced us to a lot of people, and they really took care of us like family. You know what I mean? And I believe that that's how it should be with us. You know what I mean? They took care of us like family. We met other people, Pac, Jackson, and Jackson, he always calls me and thanks me how much I helped him. You know what I'm saying? Or we helped him. With his business and just with other things, getting his word out there about him selling houses, because he sells houses on top of houses, and he really helped us too. You know what I'm saying? It was like one hand washed the other. It was a whole vibe when we got to Rwanda, and everything felt good. Everything was like just working out right, and I can't talk bad about Rwanda, because they really did show us a lot of love. We met up with the Zani Hazer people. They were young people, and we just had a great time there. They treated us like family. You understand what I'm saying? We're from America. We went there. They treated us like family.
Absolutely.
We went to Tanzania. In Tanzania, we linked up with Zola the King, linked up with a couple other people. I believe his name is Kevin. Some names is not coming right now, but we linked up with a lot of people there, and they treated us like family. We went to Tanzania, they treated us like family. All right. So we went back to Rwanda for about a couple months. Then from Rwanda, we went to Burundi. In Burundi, we were there, and I didn't know nobody when I went to Burundi at first. And I was in Burundi for probably a month. And I started linking up and meeting people. We got linked up in there. We met one of the most popular rappers there, and he's like my boy. Like, he's friends. He barely speaks English, but we still made it work. We linked up with Ishmael Steve. His English was cool because that's a French-speaking country. You get Alvin Smith. We linked up with a lot of people that was cool there, and we had a great time. They treated us like family. You understand what I'm saying? Treated us like family, and the kind of family that's not asking you for money or not, doing certain. It was just cool, mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get to my point, family. After Burundi, we went to South Africa, and let me tell you, family, South Africa is a whole entire vibe, family. We got there, we linked up with Vilele and Sipo. They treated us like family. Lucky and Jennifer. We linked up with a lot of people. Lucky and Jennifer, yeah. They treated us like family. Everywhere we went, they treated us like family. Everybody was cool. We didn't have no bad situations that really happened. You understand what I'm saying? And also to Sipo, I want to apologize for wearing my hat in your house. I did not know that, it was going to cause a big stir online when I put the video up. So for me wearing my hat in your house, I didn't know. Now, we grew up in America, and that's like, if I wear my hat in my grandmother's house or something like that, it's disrespectful and things like that. So I couldn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because respect, it's almost the same kind of custom we have in America. You understand what I'm saying? But I haven't ate at nobody's house. We didn't eat at nobody's house in a long time before we ate at yours.
Yeah.
And I always wear my hat when I'm when I'm eating or doing whatever. So it was just, so I apologize for that. You know what I mean? But in South Africa, we had a lovely time, a wonderful time.
Yes.
They treated us like family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We were supposed to go to Uganda. We missed the plane from going to Uganda, so we had to do like a curve, and we went to Zambia.
Yeah.
Just tell them, Ayla, just tell them how they treat us in Zambia.
Oh man, yes. Zambia had to be. They were so helpful over there. They treated us like family.
Yes.
Everyone was willing to help, so they was cool. Anything we needed, I got you.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, mind you, this whole time we traveling around, everything is coming out of our pocket. We're paying for everything.
Big shout out to our brother Ngobla.
Yeah.
Ngobla. Yeah, we linked up with Ngobla,
Yes.
a couple other people too in Zambia. You know what I mean? Zambia, y'all treated us so well. You know, y'all treated us so good. We didn't want to leave. Y'all really had to kick us out. Like immigration, they really was like, "Yo, y'all got to go." You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to leave today. Like, you can't stay here. You know. So from there we went to Zimbabwe. Do I got to say it again?
Family.
They treated us well. They even hooked us up. That was one of the first countries where they actually gave us accommodations, and we didn't have to pay for anything. We went to Bulawayo. We didn't have to pay for nothing.
Shout out to Sister Pat for that.
Yeah, shout out to Sister Pat.
That's right.
We ain't had to pay for nothing, family. You know what I mean? We ain't had to pay for nothing. Yes. So we had a nice house. Yes. I think we put the house up there. We had a nice house to stay in. Food every single day. We ain't even had to pay for that. You know, they really accommodated us. You understand what I'm saying? In Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. Yeah. And we'll always remember that.
Yes.
And Madagascar, we went there. It was a language barrier. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, it was a language barrier, family.
All right though.
But they treated us like family, you know. And then when they find out you're Black American, it's like, they want to learn and they want to, it's just a cool energy, family. Yeah. And I'm gonna get to the point, but I got to go here before I get to the point, family.
Yes. So
we went from there to Mauritius. Now Mauritius was a little different. I ain't gonna front. It's a little different. It was cool. They treated us cool. The people were nice. Yeah. We stayed in a nice house and everything. You know, when we got there, and we didn't have to pay too much money. It was just a little different. You know what I'm saying? I think the people there, a lot of those people are like from Indian descent that we saw. You know, they weren't like Black like us. So it was like a tad bit different, but it was still cool. It was no problems, no violence, no disrespect, you know. And then from there, we made our way, or the family made their way here to the United Arab Emirates. And, and I went to Johannesburg for a little bit to take care of some business. And I always get treated well in Johannesburg. I love South Africa, family. I ain't gonna lie, I love South Africa. And I think that's most of the countries we've been to. On the continent. Yeah. Now, as nomads, we stay in countries for longer than just 1 week or 2 days or stuff like that. Like, we actually have the whole experience. We live like how the locals live, family. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the shopping, we go to the market, we're staying where the locals stay at. Locals are staying around us, and so we have the full experience. We stay for like months at a time. Yeah. We went to these countries and stayed months there, other than Zimbabwe. Yeah. Zimbabwe, we was kind of in and out of there because they the ones that spent her birthday in South Africa.
So that time.
So my whole point of that is to say, since with our whole time in Africa, family, I can't really say too many negative experiences because we didn't have too many negative experiences. Right. We had times when we were agitated and frustrated. Yeah. I got for some money in Tanzania, but it was probably like $200 from somebody who I trusted, somebody who I was talking to. So that put a bad taste in my mouth. But all Tanzanians are not like that, family. They're not. My boy Zola the King is one of the thoroughest brothers that you can ever meet. You know what I'm saying? Unde Foundation. He's thorough brother. And then we know some other people that's pretty cool as well. You know, and anywhere you go, you're gonna have to be careful and just don't be too here with the money. You know, that was a lesson learned. I can't be too like this with my money, you know. But other than that situation, every situation we had when we were on a continent was cool. You understand what I'm saying? They treated us like family. Now, I've been seeing videos over and over, like on like Twitter or online and things like this, and I just want an understanding of like what's going on here. That's all we want is understanding of what are Black Americans doing that makes some people in Africa's parents tell them to don't come around us or don't hang with us. We don't understand that kind of thinking. I'm gonna play a video for y'all, family, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to get everything together here so we can
while he's doing that, Aziz wants to know if we went to World Cup Qatar. So no, Qatar is another country. So, and that's another thing, you know, just to kind of explain to people. So as we travel, you know, it gives us a chance to show people and help them to understand how, you know, geography, you know, how it works, how it is, you know. But Qatar is a whole nother country. Saudi Arabia is a whole nother country. We're not in that country. So we didn't go. We do know about World Cup. And
every Nigerian got this talk. But a lot of Nigerians that travel abroad got this talk from their family, where they will sit you down and tell you, you are going there. Don't go and talk to those Black Americans. You just go and get pregnant. You get into drugs. You become gang banging. They give you that talk. That just go to the white community, find a nice place. They just go and be decent. Stay with the white people. They give you that talk. So when you enter America, you already have a perception of African Americans. You've judged them. And of course, they can see that judgment in your behavior towards them. And they see how you are almost like yes master to the Oyimbos. They see, they're not blind. So when they have that feeling of when they become defensive, when you're in their presence, it's because they see that perception you have of them. So I know I got that talk. And a lot of Nigerians got that talk. So we are over there, we are doing well, we are doctors, we are building houses, we are feeling like, yeah, so we come to the land of the living, we are the land of the plenty, and we are doing well. Forgetting that some people sacrificed for you to even go there in the first place. So is that acknowledgement that the African American community are expecting of us, especially those of us living abroad in America?
Okay, can I say something?
All right, there we go. I hope y'all heard that. I hope everything is good and clear. Yeah, so I believe that sister was from Nigeria. Now, we be hearing this goes on in a lot of different countries. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I got another video for you, family. Hold on one second. I got another. And I'm going to put the link in the chat of how you share this? Oh, here you go. We're a little rusty, family. We ain't been on here for a minute. All right, I think I'll do it like that. We're going to put the link in the chat in case you want to call up and say anything. If you want to just talk to the unapologetic nomads, you're free to call up. I see Do-It-Yourself House and Farms in the building. Shout out and salute to you, family. We love what you're doing out there in Ghana, and we appreciate you just doing what you do. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing. Make sure you check Do-It-Yourself House and Farms, a DIY house and farm, family.
That's right.
Let me see here. I got one more video I want to show you because a lot of people is like, I never heard of this before, you know, but a lot of our brothers and sisters in America see stuff like this, and it's, you know, it's really putting a bad taste in people's mouth, family.
My father just lost his best friend a couple weeks ago. And I'd imagine, you know, if he were here, he'd be discussing what's happening, you know, in the country with his friend, my Uncle David. You know, I think it's not just, you know, white people having to kind of deal with this reckoning and a facing of the truth of who America is and has been. It's also immigrants. I mean, I grew up hearing, you know, if you just work hard, if you just speak a certain way, if you just have the right degrees, if you're just kind of, you know, distance yourself in a way, from Black Americans. You'll be safe, you'll be fine. Just love everybody.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that. They said just distance yourselves from Black Americans in America. And I'm going to let you know, family, this kind of stuff bothers us because our ancestors, first of all, we went through the most horrific atrocities in America, in the world. In the world. We went through the most horrific atrocities, family. Nobody been through what we've been through. Our people still overcame that. And we actually fought to get Black immigrants in America, like in the 50s, 60s, stuff like that. We fought hose down, you know, people getting hung, stuff like that. Dogs sicked on you, just to get Black immigrants in America, family. So when stuff like, when we see stuff like this and like, you know, Black people that look like us are taught or told don't connect with us, it's utterly disrespect, family. Because when we come to Africa, just imagine if we came to Africa, say I go to Zambia, right? And I don't want to be around none of the Black people in Zambia. I just want to go straight to the Chinese people and just talk to them and try to do their businesses, go to their schools and do stuff like that. How would that make you feel? You understand what I'm saying? Now, I know this isn't everybody on the continent. You know, our South African brothers and sisters, I know, you know, I know you know the same things that we know because y'all go through the same stuff and you understand us more than probably anybody. But, you know, when stuff like this is said and going on, and it's been happening for a while, you know, and it's like we're getting a wake-up call in America of these things going on, and we don't understand where the vitriol is coming from. So if y'all want to call up, and do whatever y'all want to do and give us your feedback. If you're from Africa or from the Caribbean or whatever, you're more than welcome to, family, because we would like to understand your side of this. I can't put the comments up there because I'm talking about the other comments.
Okay.
And yeah, we would definitely appreciate that if you would let us know, because
this conversation is for understanding. So let's set the ground for that first. It's for understanding where this comes from and why. And that's just it. It's a conversation. It's not something where we're coming at people. It's trying to get to the bottom of something that is a problem and trying to solve it, possibly, if that's possible, so that we can all be on one page. Because division solves nothing. Division is a tool. It is a weapon. And until we understand that, we're not going to ever get to the bottom of the problem and solve it.
All right. So Ayla has some rules to people who call up. I got one person in the back. Ayla has some rules that she's going to say before we let you in the room or before we let anybody in the room, family. All right, go ahead, Ayla.
Yes, so you actually get 1 minute to speak. So make sure if you come in the room, you have all your thoughts together, what you're going to say. And you must show your camera because we need to make sure there are not trolls going to be coming on here doing crazy stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if, you know, the person that's talking is interesting, we'll have a vote in the chat if you want to add 1 more minute to that person talking or not. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it is, family.
Right.
Yeah. Because we need to have these talks. Now, I put something in the what you call that? Community tab. Yeah. Sometimes my brain just, but I put something in the community tab like yesterday. I got a lot of responses, you know, and I'm trying to see if it's trolls or not, because it was some disrespectful stuff being said. You understand what I'm saying? It was a lot of disrespect. I stopped answering because like I was reading some stuff. And at first it's like it's cool because we get a lot of trolls and disrespectful stuff. And then, you know, like yesterday I wasn't feeling it. You know, I was tired most of the day. And I kind of snapped in the comments a little bit on some people because it's like, you know, you get to a certain point where it's like, yo, man, like what's up, man? Like, what's the real deal? So I'm like, come into the room. If you got something to say If it's on your chest, say it with your chest in the room, family. And I put up another thing in the community tab today to let people know to come in the room, family. Yeah, make sure you have your video on. Let me see. I'm let you in the room, but you got to have your video on. Put your video on, family, because we got to make sure it's not no trolls trolling around. So put your video on and let us know what's up. All right. So Metalite said it's because of what the media, Hollywood, and music shows the world about AAs. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say something about that. Do you know in America we see about Africa nothing but poverty? Mm-hmm. We see Boko Haram, we see fighting, we see Hotel Rwanda, we see blood diamonds, people killing each other. That's all we see in America, family. When we look at the movies, that's all we see.
Just mud huts, dry everywhere, like there's no water, no food, kid ain't got no shoe. That's all we see.
That's all we see in America. Even with that, family, we still come to Africa wanting to link up with you because we know that the media is a bunch of BS, family. You can't listen to all that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? We know how the media is. Yeah. We know what it does to us. We know it wants to cause division. And the sad thing is that the more we want to link up with Africa, the more we were linking up with Africa. It seems like people just kept trying to divide us. It's Africans in our comments trying to divide us. Black Americans also trying to divide us, causing more division and causing more foolishness. It seems like the more we build these bridges, the more somebody's like, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. And a lot of times it's people that look just like us. So we have to come to an understanding, family, to where we can't let the media control our minds and control what we do and how we move, family. You understand what I'm saying? We have to think over that because it's being divisive against each other causes us more harm than good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. And I do have a comment. I'm not going to use the person's name. It was from the post yesterday. And this sister said, and I'm reading exactly her words. She says, I am a Southern African mother of girls in the UK. And I have warned my girls against certain types of Caribbean, African, English, etc. types of boys. So I think this issue of African, and she put in quotes, parents warning their children against, quote, Black Americans, end quote, is not a generalized issue on BAs or Black Americans. It's against certain types. Okay. So I did understand the comment, but after analyzing it, I said to myself, okay, so if you're telling your girls this, you're giving them this talk, so to speak, then what about other peoples on the planet? You know, you have good and bad people in every race all over the globe.
Facts.
So that's like you're telling me that, oh, you already think that just because people have dark skin, they're bad. Really? What color is your skin? What color is your skin?
What you think about yourself?
And also, you're trying to tell me in saying that, and see, I sometimes I can't overanalyze, but I really unanalyze what people say, their comments. And it's like saying, oh, so you think other folks are perfect. That is what you're really saying. And it's really ignorant because it's like you're saying that, and there's no way you can tell me that other people that don't look like you are perfect. Are you serious?
Like they don't do the same.
You cut me, they cut, we both bleed blood.
How about that?
I don't know any super persons that exist on this planet. There's good and bad in every race. So for you to say that about people that look like you or have dark skin, that is very ignorant. That is very ignorant. And for people to keep doing that, I think that it's like you need to reset or something. You're thinking, because personally, I don't know people who are the way you describe, the way that our people are described. I personally don't know people like that. So it's kind of like generalizing, and we need to stop with the generalizations because that means you're putting everybody in one big old pot, and everybody is not the same. And to be be honest, you don't know everybody. How in the world can you possibly know everybody? You must be some kind of, I don't know, something that dropped from the sky. If you know everybody, that's ignorant.
Yeah.
That's real ignorant. I can actually name, I don't know about a lot of people on here, but I can actually name a couple of black doctors, a couple of black engineers, a couple of black millionaires, a family that owns a black grocery store.
Yeah, family.
I can name these things. That's how I grew up. Because for people to come and generalize who we are, that is very ignorant.
Yeah. Especially people who fought for you to get there.
That's real
disrespectful. All right. Now we got a brother named Joseph who is currently in the stream. I'm gonna let you in, ask you your name, where you from, and things like that. And then, we're gonna start the timer, family. All right, here we go. What's up, Joseph?
Hey. What's up, family? How are you doing?
Now you Joseph from Zambia?
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
Shout out to you.
How you're doing? How's the EU treating you that side?
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. No, I think it's about time we had this discussion. We really need to talk about these things as a people, you understand? Because on my point of view, it doesn't make sense. You go to someone's country, then you pretend as if you're not in that person's country and totally ignore the person. That just makes sense. It doesn't make sense. And how can we unite when particular parents or particular communities are teaching their kids to say, when you go over there, be it America, be it Africa, don't associate yourselves with, people who look like you, and you expect to have a good life in such kind of a manner. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So my take is it's not cool at all. And we really need to re-educate ourselves in terms of the way we mingle or interact with each other as African people, even as people in general.
Facts. Yeah. Thank you, man. Your minute's up, but we're gonna holler at you, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you. All right, brother.
Yeah. All right. Remember, you get 1 minute, family.
Nice.
And we're gonna let you on. And after your minute's up, we're gonna take you out the room. If the brothers and sisters on the side here in the chat want to see you continue to chat, then we'll put you back on for another minute. But we'll see, family. And it looks like we got somebody from Burundi in the house. I hope they got some KK there. I just want to see what it looked like. My eyes want to taste what it looked like, family.
All right.
What's up?
Burundi,
can't hear you.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Thank you ever so much for visiting Burundi.
Yes.
That was humbling. Yeah. Anyway, I was driving, then this story hit home, then I decided to stop. So I think there is a writer called George Orwell. I don't know if you know about him. He said once that he who controls the past controls the present, and he who controls the present will control the future. So I think wherever you go, whether the Asia, whatever, I think there is an agenda to destroy our people. So, but in the time you are in, I don't have to blame the past, whoever. I think it's up to us, the people, to use our common sense and have our own information. You don't have to rely on it. We live in a time that you got social media, you're exposed to everything. So I think everyone is exposed to information. You don't have to hear that these kind of people are like this. Use your common sense and find out for yourself. You don't have to rely on the people who control the media. That's my contribution.
Facts, man. Thank you. We love you and we appreciate you, and we know you always be on here. And much respect to you, family.
Burundi shall smile. All right.
Yeah, Burundi shall smile.
Peace and love.
Yeah. Shout out to Burundi shall smile. To Reality C, we got to see a video. We got to see you, like you coming on here, but there's no picture, and we don't want no trolls to be on here, family. I said we don't want no trolls to be on here. All right, so yeah, that's true. Now, on as far as us Black Americans living in America, we get so many immigrants because it's not just African immigrants that this happens with. You get the Mexicans, we get people from the Middle East, we get people from Asia, we get people from all over the world who come in droves, family, and a lot of people are coming there legally, sneaking through Mexico. I seen the video the other day because you think it's just Mexicans sneaking through Mexico. I seen the video. This guy was interviewing the people who were coming to America legally, and this dude is like, "Where you from?" And he's like, "I'm from Sri Lanka." I'm like, "How did he get there? How did he get there?" Like, you know, we got people coming to America from all over, just sneaking over there, and you know, it's like a mess down there in Mexico. So, and they come to the country with the same talking point. So I'm like, where is this coming from? Where don't associate with Black Americans and why? Yeah, we know the media is out there that shows, you know, I guess our rap music, we know all these things are going on, but on the other hand, we see a lot of stuff going on in Mexico. We see a lot of stuff going on in Asia and all these countries, but we're still open to link up and connect with you, family. Mm-hmm. Now, I know everybody in Black America is not perfect. We're not perfect, family. You understand what I'm saying? We're not perfect. And another thing I was seeing in the comments was the whole African booty scratcher thing. And I'm going to just show you where this African booty scratcher thing comes from. I don't know where the African booty scratcher, where they got that from, but it comes from the movie Boys in the Hood. And I'm going to just show you where it comes from. Because a lot of people say, why you call us this? And I'm going to go into that and give you a little bit about Black American culture. Let me see if I can do this. All right.
It's a place where the body of the Crenshaw Mafia is. Like it or not, you're from Africa. I'm from Africa, you from Africa, you African booty scratcher. Look, I'll kick your ass.
I'm going to stop it because of the curse words, but that's Boys in the Hood, and that's pretty much where that term African booty scratcher came from. And I must say this, and I have to play the devil's advocate, because I remember a movie named Sarafina came out in South Africa, right? Nothing was said in that movie disrespectful to us, but just imagine, to our Black American family, right? Just imagine in that movie when they were in the school scene, just imagine if in the school scene someone was like, you know what, I want to go to America. Mm-hmm. And then another student was like, why do you want to go there? Mm-hmm. He's like, because it looks like a nice place to go. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, you want to be a Black American booty scratcher.
Yeah, I'd been like,
you know, just imagine if that happened, family. Mm-hmm. You know, like some people would feel a certain kind of way. Yeah. So you have to understand that now. In Black American culture, it's something you have to understand, family. Mm-hmm. We make fun of each other like all the time. Yes. I'll let Ayla go into it.
Like me and my friend, like in our culture, we make fun of like some stuff is not even funny, but we make it funny. Like that's just what we do as like a coping mechanism because we've been through so much, and it's like being serious after going through so much and continue to this day to go through a lot. It's like we don't need that, so we try to, you know, have as much fun as we can. Sometimes it look too much, but we used to. That's just what it is. We'll take it there.
Like when you walk into a room, people are eyeing you up and down, like looking and seeing, like, let me. If he say something slick, I'm gonna say this to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let him say
that's our culture. You know, like when I was chilling with the Nigerian brother in South Africa, we went into the store and I was waving at the guy with my left hand. He was like, "This is my friend." And I was waving. He's like, "No, don't wave with your left hand." So I'm like, "All right." He's like, "Wave with your right hand." Mm-hmm. You know, it's the same thing. Like that's Nigerian culture. Right. Making fun of people and busting on people, especially if he's a dude, is Black American culture, family. Right. Like the people you're closest to are the people you can say the worst things to. Me and my blood brother never have a real conversation. The whole time we're on the phone, the whole time we're talking in person, he's making fun of my hairline. I'm making fun of his hairline because his hairline, we're opposite. he got too much hairline. His joint like this. You know, the Black Americans got their hairlines be there. You know what I mean? But his joint is like here. Like we do that. But anyway, we never have a serious conversation because we're so focused on busting on each other or talking about each other. My closest friends, we calling each other B words, you know, but I don't know where it comes from, but I used to play for this band in Philly, and they were old heads. They came up like in the 50s and 60s. We used to play old music like Mandrake and Mandrill and stuff like old stuff, Earth, Wind and Fire. And when I go to rehearsal with these guys, they probably like in their 60s. The whole time they calling each other B words, the F words, not F-U-C-K. They calling each other. I'm serious. Yeah, I know. The whole time, but it's funny. That's how they get along. That's how we get along. That's how we, you know, you got to have thick skin to be in America. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just be no little, you know, and don't take everything serious and personal. Yeah. But anyway, we got Real C in the back office. We're about to put up here. Shout out to Real C who's coming on. Hey, Real C.
Hi, I have 3 points. Hopefully I can get them in a minute. I would say that if according to Pew Research, it's probably almost 50% of African immigrants came here after 2000, and a lot of people don't know that. I mean, you know, a lot of people just finding out the data, just that less than 1% of all Black immigrants were here before 1965. So, I mean, you actually have a new large flood of people, and like the largest group is, you know, like the, you know, for the African groups is the Nigerians, and you know, the other 2 top Black immigrant groups is the Jamaicans and Haitians. They've been here a little bit longer, but it's still a very small amount. And the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of what we're taught about Africa and the United States, I want people from the continent, because I feel your topic is very American centered, to know how much damage control Black Americans have done for Africa in general, because even countries and cultures that we do have a parallel and positive relationship with, like South Africa, like we don't have any negative view of them, because we look at, you know, a lot of their experiences parallel. United States push really hard a lot about they try to push the you know, the xenophobia and the crime, you know, propaganda so hard, so you could just miss out of opportunities of getting to know people and understanding people. So a lot of what you see, a lot of the positives, even if it's fantastical, even if it's like Wakanda, it's Black Americans that put their foot down, that put a stop to a lot of the negative images. So when you say, oh, well, someone teased me at school, well, you know, I hate being American, but saying like we all got teased. But here's the other point. Yeah, we all got like crazy teased. But here's the third point. You know, I mentioned about, you know, this influx is actually a recent influx. I mentioned, you know, about, I forgot what I mentioned, but the third point is, I mentioned the second point was about the damage control. But the third point is when Trump was pushing that immigration propaganda to deport people and stopping certain countries coming in, there was actually a study that came out that said that people were actually calling on their relatives. So when it comes to different nations, particularly with Black immigrants, they vet very hard. So you are actually getting their student, their professional class, you're getting their middle class and upper class. You are not getting the whole spectrum. So when you come to America and you see the whole spectrum of Black America, such as poverty and many things, especially if you don't know the context behind it, because I'm telling you, if you live in a Black hood all over the country, I mean, it's endemic to it. It's environmental racism because of redlining. I mean, it's just so many things that are tagged to it, where a lot of people have food poisoning in their bodies. A lot of people eat their brain, like in their brains, where you're trying to say, oh, our kids can't learn well if their brains is full of lead. Of course, they may, some of those kids may have that, or if they're pushing big pharma in America and they're targeting Black American kids because it's easier to get away with it without class action lawsuits. I'm just saying that if you don't know the context and you're a new group that's coming here as an influx, you're going to say stay away from these people because you see the whole scope. And a lot of what you saw on us as far as pop culture, you know, you got the negative side because America's always pushed negative propaganda on us, but you got the fake good side too, like the celebrities, the Beyoncés, the Cosby Show. And we were going through hell. They were writing all the crime bills when the Cosby Show was out. We were going through hell during that time. So if you understand the reality that basically we had to fight on our own, like the Civil War wouldn't have been won. The North would have won if it wasn't for pulling in our soldiers. And we had to fight for ourselves. Even the people that want to fight for us, it's always some type of beneficial reason. So a lot of our organizations where you'll see some of the founders of other groups and you're like, oh, well, they're sympathetic. No, there was also something that they were gaining out of that. When you have a bottom.
That was a minute. Ooh. Now let us know if you want the sister to go back on, family. Let us know if you want the sister to go back on. But yeah, she definitely hit on some good points. Yeah. Definitely hit on some real good points. You know, and that's what I'm saying. We're fighters. We don't let stuff just slide. Hit number one if you want to continue. Yes. Number two, if you
want Real C to continue.
Yeah.
She's making some good points.
She's really making some good points. Lead poison, our water is getting poisoned. You know how many communities we had in America that got flooded? You know what I mean? You got the Devil's Punch Bowl out there in the South. You got a lot of our communities been destroyed, you know, by straight white supremacy in the government. Like
bring her back, yes.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? It's so many.
There's so many.
Rosewood. A lot of our communities been destroyed, and it's like still kind of happening today. I've seen a lot of ones. I'm gonna let Real C back in. Yeah, Real C.
Come on, Real C.
Oh my God! I thought I just let out a fire hose because I was trying to let everything out in 1 minute. But like my overarching point is a lot of what you see. If you have a bad experience, a lot of the damage control, like what you see right now, where the media will like to prop up. Of course, they vet heavily in Black countries, so you're getting professional and student class where they try to pit, you know, Nigerians against Black Americans, and you're vetting that. What you're saying, the media would have never done that maybe 25 or 30 years ago, like never ever, probably even before Obama came in, because the image was so negative. It was the Black Americans that did the damage control. So you have to give us credit. I mean, we've done so much, and I can let other people speak on that, but please give us credit for the kind of damage control we have done in America. So we have not only fought for ourselves, we basically fought for everyone else. And there's so many laws on the books that every group uses, and it's based around us and our labor and legacy, and other people are prospering off of it, whether it's LGBT, women's movement, everything. So just know that if you have a bad experience, just look at it as the individual, educate the person if they're open to it. But a lot of if you see what people say, oh, successful Africans, you could have had 10 million successful Africans. America had such of a terrible propaganda against Africa in general. It was us who opened that door. I mean, heck, you wouldn't even got a South African language in the first Black Panther if it wasn't for Chadwick and our people recommended it. So I'm done.
Yeah,
that's right. Facts. Thank you, Real C.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show this video again. There's a lot of new people here, and I'm gonna show the video because one person said they didn't, they don't know what we talking about. So, cool. Let me see. I think that's the wrong button. All right, here we go. All right, and we're gonna get off soon because we gotta go somewhere. I'm gonna show this.
Yeah. My father just lost his best friend a couple of weeks ago, and I'd imagine, you know, if he were here, he'd be discussing what's happening, you know, in the country with his friend, my Uncle David. You know, I think it's not just, you know, white people having to kind of deal with this reckoning and a facing of the truth of who America is and has been. It's also immigrants. I mean, I grew up here. You know, if you just work hard, if you just speak a certain way, if you just have the right degrees.
Yeah, it's that kind of disrespect that we're talking about, our family.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, sorry about that. Yeah, because we do too much. We do too much
Way
to
too
have
much.
that kind of vitriol towards us, and then that's dangerous because you would. And then the ignorant part is that you teaming up with people who colonize you as well.
That's,
you know what I'm
it
saying?
never
And you're
feels
making
good,
them look like they're perfect. You know what I mean? So
right.
you know that's the issue. A lot of the people who had smoke in the comments, I'm not seeing, so I'm guessing or believing that those were just trolls.
I think they were trolls.
They were just trolls.
Yeah, I'm reading language and stuff. I'm an English teacher, so I know language and the way people speak and talk and the things we say and don't say, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the stream went.
You open that.
I think we.
I don't know.
Is it back?
Did it come back?
Is that it? Okay.
I don't know if it's back.
Let me see.
We back, family. Let me know if we back, cause something ain't right.
Are we back?
Yeah, something ain't right.
Give us a signal.
Real
Let us know
shaky here.
Screen frozen. Are we back?
Yeah, let me know if we back. I don't know.
Yes, sis.
I don't see anything, but
Permanent Warriors.
Yeah, if we're not back, I just want y'all to know we love y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all. All right, we back.
We're back.
All right.
Okay. I don't know.
All right, we back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I opened my phone. I'm connected to my phone, so I opened it and it kind of messed up. But I just want to say that this conversation is not to denigrate anybody. It's just to let you know the kind of stuff that we're going through as Black Americans. And in the comment section, when I put up this question, I was getting a lot of darts thrown at us, a lot of hate, a lot of people blaming us for stuff, you know, and we're not perfect. We never say we are perfect, family. We're not perfect, but we try as hard as we can to do what we could do to really just be comfortable in life. Yeah.
And I think that we need to start using our own minds, our own brains, and thinking for ourselves. We leave it to media and TV and all these different forms of communication to tell us what to think and what to say, what to do, how to live. And it's like, wow, you have a brain for a reason. Use your own mind, do your own research, walk your own path. You want to visit somewhere and figure out how it really is, you go there. Stop listening to people who've never moved from their own block, their state, their city, wherever they are, their country, and telling you what something is or what something isn't. You need to start learning to live your own path. Walk your own path, walk in your own shoes. We all, if you have, there are people who wish they could put on shoes that don't have feet. And a lot of us have feet. We have brains, we have minds that work very well. We're very intelligent people. Stop waiting on other people who are against you to tell you what to do and what to think, where to go, it's ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous it's like, wow, really? We don't think anymore. Not everyone, but there's a lot of people that don't think anymore. Think for yourself. Forget what your friends, even your friends sometimes are wrong or misled. Listening to what your friends are saying, who've never been anywhere, by the way. So, my grandfather, I passed away a couple of years ago. I love and miss him and my grandmother. And they were travelers. And he always said, before you leave this earth, make sure you travel. He didn't tell me where to go. He said, just travel. Just travel. And I love it. I love traveling. I love learning about other cultures, and we're that's the kind of family we are.
And that's another thing. As Black Americans, this is why it's important that we travel, because we have to get our own narratives out there, family. And I'm trying to race the computer messing up, but we have to get our own narratives out there. That's why it's important that we travel and go to different countries. And I saw on Twitter, like, whoever is saying that Black Americans don't travel, they're crazy or something. And Me personally, I don't think we travel because when I go places, I see busloads of Japanese people.
Yeah.
We was in Cambodia, busloads of Japanese
It's
people.
rare to see us.
When you go to Africa, you see plain food filled with Europeans, you know, different colored people. You see Indians with businesses in a lot of places and running it. You know what I'm saying? I think in Burundi, they own the whole pharmaceutical market out there. You know, they're running things, you know. With our spending power and money, we could put that to use, a lot more use, and grow it in other countries, family. So we have to start thinking more international and stop thinking right there, because right there is stagnant. You understand what I'm saying? We already built it up.
Yeah.
We already built it up, family. What else could we do? We already built it up. It's stagnant energy. We already built it. Yeah, we got to get more political. We got to get our own party and stuff like that. But we also have to travel and get our international game so we can tell our own stories and create our own narratives, family, because that's important. People are creating our own narratives for us.
Exactly.
And it's always bad. You understand what I'm saying? It's always negative when it comes to us. And we're positive people. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? We know too many people doing their thing. And they're positive.
We're very loving and positive.
Exactly.
Very accepting.
And it's a shame how they do us with the media. It's a shame how everything is going on. It's a shame how a lot of immigrants come to our country and rape our music and create this facade of what we are and we're not. And I think I'm gonna go with that. Are you good, Boom Bappy?
I'm good.
And
my point is, you know, I have met amazing people all over this world, and I thank the Creator for the opportunity for my family to travel and to be able to meet people and see things for ourselves with our own eyes, feeling it with our own energy, walking it, whatever, with our own feet, you know. And I suggest that many of us do that. And instead of listening to people, because had we listened to other folks talk about certain places, we would never have gone.
Never.
Yeah.
And we have never had the experiences that we have had. And you cut yourself off from blessings or blessings. You cut yourself off from opportunities and so many things that are for you because you are listening to other people who are not even on the same page. They're not even in the same book. We listen to people in different books, not even on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop with that and start thinking for ourselves when it comes to us, you know, and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you know, because we are actually, you know, we're stagnating ourselves by doing those types of things. Like my husband said, there's so many opportunities, so many things we've built up as a people, and so many opportunities that are sitting like right there on the table. We can't even grasp them because we're busy in petty, you know, involving ourselves and indulging ourselves in petty conversation, petty things, while other people are looking at us, you know, in their peripheral, like, okay, they don't want that, I'll take that.
Exactly.
And they are taking it left and right because we're busy focusing on petty things that make no sense at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, hey, I think that just we need to have our own experiences, and respect goes both ways. We learn how to respect each other. And I think things will, you know, we can kind of start healing and patching things up from there, because you know, if you already going somewhere with a preconceived notion thinking that, these people are like this. Okay, but who told you that? Who told you that? Because you've never met me. You see, who told you that? You never met him. You never met her. So who told you that? You see how ignorant that can be? And it's very ignorant because you don't know everybody. If you do, wow, you just an amazing being I never met.
Yeah.
I don't know everybody. That's impossible. You can live to be 100. You will never know everybody. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up in different parts of a huge country. There are 50 states in America. Really? Every black person is the same? I didn't know that.
Come on now.
Really?
That's
like me saying, okay, there are 52 countries on the continent of Africa, like everybody's the same. Yeah. Really? Absolutely not. It's impossible. It's impossible. That's how that sounds, everybody. We got to stop. It's ignorant. It makes no sense. You don't know everybody.
Yeah.
And just because a person looks a certain way and has a certain skin color, that don't skin folk, and I've said this before, and a lot of you misinterpret that. All skin folk ain't kin folk. You got some people that look like you that's not on your side.
Yeah. They done bent the knee to white supremacy.
You got some people that look like you even in your country. And I'm talking about on the continent of Africa. Let me be clear.
America too. We got our coons, but we point our coons out. We let people know. Like, watch out for these people.
But let's be clear. There are people like this everywhere on the planet. Not just in America. There's everywhere. So please don't get it twisted. We have been on the continent. We've lived in America. You see what I'm saying? So no. That's what I'm saying. You got to walk your own path. Everybody is not the same. Just because you look similar, that don't make you the same.
You don't at all. And
it does not.
That ideology got to go.
You know, and somebody had a comment earlier.
Let me read this. Why are 20 African countries being banned from the UAE? Stop taking shots at AAs. Africans also have immoral issues. All right, so with this ban thing, this keeps coming up. I talked to a brother from Uganda today when I was in my taxi. And I was so happy I got to talk to somebody finally from Africa. Because, like, I be seeing people in the street. I be waving and say, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah. And they just walk by. They don't say nothing. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know how to connect. Maybe I need to say Habari Ghana. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm going to still try. You know, I'm going to still try. But anyway, I talked to this brother from Uganda. And I'm like, you know, so how long you been here? He's like, 4 years. And I was like, so do you find like it racist here? Like, you know, how you treated as a black person or somebody from Africa? And he said it's cool. It's not racist. It's just the Emiratis whose country this is, they treat everybody the same. Yeah. He said it's like a lot of people from other countries, it could be like Pakistan or India, and they'll bring their little stuff with them, ideologies, and push that on you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what he told me. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna talk to some other brothers and sisters and see what's going on. That's from the continent, and you know, holler at them. But there's nothing. Look, man. The people from at the end of the day, y'all, this has nothing to do with us. You understand what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with us. I don't know nobody who got kicked out of the countries. I can't go with that as face value because I don't always believe it's in mainstream media. When we go to Africa or we go to different countries, we go to see for things ourselves. If I believe everything that was in the media, I would have never went to Burundi. I would have never went to Rwanda. I would have never went to South Africa if I believe everything I see in the media. So stop pushing this because I don't even think this is right unless I see somebody try to get a visa and they get denied, then you can't say nothing. But nobody said they've been denied a visa. Please put up receipts where someone said they were denied a visa. And also, we have American passports. This has nothing to do with us, family. You know what I'm saying? Now, it just has nothing to do with us. Also, everywhere we go, we see hundreds of Africans everywhere.
That's why I'm like, what are people talking about? They're everywhere here.
Everywhere.
Like, I don't know who they're talking about. I have no clue. Everywhere. And as a matter of fact, okay, so I'm an English teacher, right? And I teach people how to research things. And if you don't have valid sources of information, you should not be putting things out there without valid information. I am yet to see a newspaper here in the UAE where they have reported that someone was banned. That word, I don't know where that came from. You have to be careful with the language you're using because it only said that they stopped with that kind of visa. That's the only thing I was able to find. They stopped with that visa. And guess what? There are like 4 or 5 other kinds of visas.
You have 14-day visa, 60-day visa, 90-day
there are
visa.
other kinds of visas. They're revamping the visa system. I don't know what it is, and I'm just guessing because it's not put out there like that. There's somebody from somewhere else took this, ran with it, and just all the other news networks ran with it.
Yeah, and now y'all jumping
because it's not even posted there. And I'm looking and looking and looking. I can't find that wording. You have to be careful with wording that you are using.
Awesome.
Because that means something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And everywhere we go, I went to Warner Brothers. There's brothers and sisters from the continent working at Warner Brothers. And that's a theme park, by the way.
Everywhere.
They have security at my school who is from the continent. A couple of them, brothers and sisters. So I don't know what people are talking. I'm confused. I'm thoroughly confused. Everywhere we go. And we're not talking about people who are cleaning. No, we're talking about people with valid jobs. We have people who drive taxis. I've seen a brother working in it's a government agency where you go and you get visas and things like that done. He's working in there. He's from the continent. I'm like, what is people talking about?
Chefs. We saw a brother with a chef jacket.
I seen an African chef. Like, what?
Me and my wife was on a date. And we see some sisters from Africa walking by. They got bags in their hands.
Yeah, like they just went shopping.
What's it, Dior and all this. I'm like, what are people talking about, man? What are people talking about? Also, if it's such a big problem, why is there so many Africans here and why ain't they saying nothing about it?
Know that.
And go holler at them. Stop coming at us with that.
That's
family.
what I want.
And we about to go because we got the roll. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for tuning. I got to put on some music. Hold on, I can't just be like.
And again, let's wait. All right, and just to end this is just a conversation we think that just needs to be had or needed to be had, and we hope that everybody got something from it.
Yeah.
And we sure enough have it, but we love our brothers and sisters all over the continent, all over, the Americas and the Caribbean, the UK. We love everybody that we have come in contact with that has that good energy. I like good energy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Vibing and having good energy.
That's right. And we love y'all, family. Make sure y'all check us out at unapologetic_nomads on Instagram. Also check us out. Check me out on King Nomad _44 family.
All right.
Follow me on.
Go ahead. All right, ready.
Follow me on Instagram at ALA_THE_artist if you want art or anything of that nature.
Yeah, so you can hit me at Mickey Baraka on Instagram and my CKIBAROCCA. We love you guys. And again, this is a conversation, not coming out to anybody. And I think sometimes we got to have conversations and put things on the table to get to the bottom of things. We love you. And we thank you for everybody who joined us in the chat. And those of you who came on to speak your piece, we thank you, appreciate you, respect you. We love you. And we're going to sign off.
That's right, family. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we the unapologetic nomads. And we unapologetically
nomadic.
Yeah.
You better suck it up.